This is our first show in this location in Maryland and all, and we really would like to thank everyone that came out. Whenever you do a show, you always wonder, you know, what's going to happen, what the turnout's going to be, how the people are going to be, and it's been a great weekend for everyone. I really wanted to thank you. First up for the events tonight is a Friday the 13th Q&A. Going down the road from my left, a person you've known for many, many years in many Friday the 13ths, the person who may have killed more people on screen than anyone else in the world history of cinema films. Please welcome Kane Hodder. Next to him, please welcome Melanie Kinnaman. Tom Morga. Ted White. Kirsten Baker. And you might not know him from the Friday movies, but we have Harvey Stephrns from the Omen. So what we'll do is we'll ask you if you have a question to just raise your hand. If you would, because there's no mics out in the audience, if you would just stand up and just project your question so everyone can hear it. So whoever has a question, please raise your hand. Right there.
Playing a fictional killer is a lot of fun because you don't have to follow any particular storylines, but of course I've done some other real killers like BTK and Ed Gein, and they kind of, you had to follow kind of what they did, even though we didn't do that much. But I don't care if it's fictional or real, I like fucking killing people. So.
Over here.
Question from Tom. How did you get the role of Jason?
How to get Jason? I was lucky. Actually, he did the director had us come out and do, several of us come out and just walk like Jason and kind of move like Jason, and he picked me.
Over here.
Yes, this is for Ted White. I was wondering, how was it like working with Joseph Zito in Friday Part 4?
The question was, well, how was it to work with Joseph Zito in Part 4?
Joe Zito. I have a few things to say about Joe Zito. But I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, come on.
I guess he was all right for what he was meant to do. I didn't quite like some of his methods, but I guess they proved to be right because people did like the show, and I can't fault him for that. I just felt that there were times when he could have been a little more gentler with some of the actors and actresses, and because of that, I told him that when the show was over with, I was going to kick his butt. That's the only thing I can tell you about Joe Zito.
Okay. Who else has a question? Right here.
Well, asking about having a suggestion on how to help somebody take over a character that I wasn't done with yet. You know, really, I think the best thing that reads, and all the guys that have played Jason have had moments where everything looked really natural, and I think that's the best part of playing the character, is if it looks like you're not acting and you're just, you know, doing something that feels right and not forced. And, you know, I think that's the secret of the whole thing.
I wouldn't necessarily have any suggestions. I think every time they do the film, there's plenty of suggestions, and the director has the most, and you got to follow what he says.
Yeah, just ask for a lot of money. That's what it's really all about.
How much?
Well, I can add to that. I mean, a lot of people have asked if I was really dead in Friday the 13th Part 2 because I was lying on a pile of bodies and there was no blood on me. And really it was a fault of the script, but Steve Miner, who's a great director, came up with just an elegant solution, meaning just throw me on the pile and it might be the bride of Jason, or there might be a baby of Jason, or there might be, you know, who knows what's going to happen with Jason yet. But I thought that was great of Steve Miner.
Who else has a question? Over here?